Good afternoon, race fans. It's Luke up in the booth at Ninth Gear Broadcasting, and I'm back here joined with Kevin, as always, here on this lovely Friday afternoon. And boy, this is such a great setting out here. Gen 4 cars, Ninth Gear Classic, out here at Kansas Speedway. Kevin, how we doing this afternoon?
Yeah, they're pacing around here, getting ready to go green, and I am so excited. I think this is one of the best settings that we can have. A sunset here at Kansas. Got a good field out here of about 12 drivers, or about 13 drivers. I think it's going to be a good one as the green flag is flying with none other than Michael Carroll on the pole.
And off we go, Kevin. Getting this thing started out here, like you said. A pretty good looking field out here on the night. I'm currently only reading 12 cars on the track as we speak. But either way, off to a good start here is Cameron Craighead. He's got the lead in this thing. Just taking a look out here. All these guys are getting this thing rolling and on your grid out there to start this race. It was Michael Carroll there getting the pole, Cameron Craighead in third, and Charles Robertson, just to name the top three there to start the grid out here.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting things going. It's going to be Cameron Craighead, the first to contest, as he goes around Michael Carroll up to his lead. He got a lead for a little bit there at Rockingham, but we all saw Charles Robertson dominate that race, who's sitting in third, trying to find his way to the front. Once again, Luke.
And these longer races like this, granted, these laps do go by pretty quick out here at a track like Kansas compared to some of the bigger tracks that we're used to out here. It's still a long race in general, so, tire wear has got to be something that these guys got to be thinking about throughout the duration of this race. In my opinion,
Absolutely.
that's what won Charles the last race.
Yeah, not only that, but look, we only have 4 tire sets out here, which is a very, very small amount of tires for how, crucial this track is on them. I think we're going to see a lot of strategy being played, a lot of guys trying to hang on to that first set as long as they can. Cameron Craighead getting a little bit loose there, able to save it, but now he's side by side with Robertson.
And we got quite the battle going on up there in the front, the back, 2 back rows behind the leaders. See him 2 wide.
How about Dominic Bettini going for the inside now on Craighead? Craighead seems to be losing spots after getting loose there, maybe cooling it off for a bit, stepping back.
And like we were saying, still very early on in this race, no crazy passes this early on, I imagine. You can see up there on the track map right now, just about everybody in this field staying together, apart from the main battle we got up there around P2 through about 5. Looking back there, it's single file throughout pretty much the entire rest of the track. We see John Darnell and Scotty Lanning a little off pace there. Cameron Stroop as well from the leaders, but like I said earlier, it's a long race out here, Kevin, and there's plenty of time to make up the spots you may not have at the moment. But as it stands, 12 cars making it around the track as we speak. Currently getting a count right now. It shows Twiz is 6 laps down, and he is now exiting the pits. It looks like he's coming up onto the track. 6 laps late, Kevin. But you're only car a lap down, so there's nobody else that's making up laps in the instance of a yellow flag.
Yeah, also, we have, certain rules set here where if it's a technical difficulty, you can get your laps back under caution if he's the only lap car down. So, he's out here. We don't know what happened to him. I'm sure we'll get word if a caution flies and he wants to try to make an attempt at getting those laps back. But as for now, he's just got to keep that car clean and hope somebody else makes a mistake out here.
That's about all he can really do. But as it stands right now, all 12 cars ahead of him are still on the lead lap and still within that main group together to an extent. You see number 6, 26, and 7 back there, or 28 and 7, sorry. John Darnell, Scotty, and Cameron Stroop. They're a little off pace of the main group back there, but still close enough to reel it back in if they need to. See a little bit of a pass going on back there. Maybe by Devin. No, not Devin. That's going to be, I think, Danny Lawrence.
How about Ty Mosley now looking to the inside of Charles Robertson? He's got it. If he wants it, his nose is in there, and they're now side by side for third place.
Oh, yeah, they are. Door to door. But it looks like the number 2 is going to have the speed through the turn, and he's going to come out in front. Ty Mosley
Oh,
completing
that
the pass
water,
and just stays off the wall.
That wall is right there.
Ooh, let me tell you, Kevin, you get on
no,
these worn tires, and
loose.
he gets a little loose, but he holds it going into the turn.
A great check there by Charles Robertson.
Boy.
Big heads-up play for him to not get into the back of Mosley there. I really thought that was going to be an incident, Luke.
Yeah, that could have been real ugly, Kevin. Good on the drivers for staying out of that one.
Fastest lap, though, Michael Carroll slipping it down into the 30s at a 30.953. That's about a tenth faster than Cameron Craighead, so he is moving right now, Luke.
Oh, yeah, he is, Kevin. He's sitting comfortably up there in P1. He's getting his full choice of lines. I mean, no one around him, no one up there competing with him. He's got his full choice to either save those tires as much as he wants or, pick up a little bit of speed if the guys behind him are starting to catch him.
Everyone's single filed out, it seems. Nobody's really fighting with each other. Everyone's kind of just getting their gatherings here. It looks like Charles Robertson and Dominic Bettini now are the closest cars to each other. About 0.2 off, but nothing crazy going on out here.
Just to get an idea of how spread out some of these drivers are. Still in a pretty good bunch together up there, and you see Twiz now catching up there to Cameron Stewart, someone to get a little bit of speed off of and work together on, and he attempts to try to make a lap back if he can, and now he's only reading 5 laps down, Kevin.
Yeah, I'm sure it was kind of just right there on the brink of both of them, messing up the scoring tower, but what's shocking to me out here is we're seeing, obviously, Michael Carroll putting up the fastest laps out here. Oop, as we see Stroop going
off the
for
track
a ride.
and spinning out.
Fortunate for him, but he's going to be able to get it back to pit road safely.
He's going to like to take the tow, and he's going to be sitting there for a minute, no doubt. But as he was the only one in the incident, that's going to still keep this thing green flag racing out here, and that's going to be an unfortunate one for him, but going to probably have to use that fast repair. If I had to take a guess, of course. But it seems like everyone else is still single file out here just looking through the field. Nothing really changed in there. Hop on board here with your previous race winner, Kevin Charles Robertson here. He seemed to have it figured out last race. Let's see if he can get it together and figured out in this one again, as he's currently riding in P4. Pretty comfortable position right now.
Yeah, and while we watch Charles Robertson probably saving some tires, I want to talk about the tire situation a little bit, Luke. It's every 30 laps if you want to, kind of split those 4 tire sets all together. But it's every 40 laps if you want to save a set for the end of the race. So I imagine between lap 30 and lap 40 is when we're going to see the starts of our pits out here, Luke.
And something else I'd like to point out there, Kevin, something we don't really get to catch up here unless we're watching the onboard camera of these drivers. That sun going out in between 3 and 4 and on the exit of turn 4. It's got a lethal glare to it there, Kevin. I don't know if you were able to look at my screen here, but when they go through 3 and 4, that sun's brutal.
Yeah, and you know what? They're probably going to be a little upset the time we set at this, but it just looks so damn good from the broadcast perspective.
It is gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. And if all was set up correctly, we should see the sun go down, but that is yet to be seen, of course.
Let me take a look. What time is it right now? All I know, Luke, is this track is cooling fast. It's down to 101. It was 120 at qualifying.
Yeah, just taking a look there on the right, you see the track temp is now reading, 101. Cameron Craighead electing to run the higher set of lines out here. I imagine he's trying to stretch these tires out a little longer. Looks like Cameron Stroop made his way back out of the pits. He's only 2 laps down now, which still puts him ahead of Twiz. Now on contention for the Lucky Dog, so good position for him. Just taking a gander there through your field. It's still single file racing out here, but we are starting to get ready to approach that first that first cycle for them to come in possibly for a set of tires, like you were mentioning earlier on that lap 30 mark.
Yeah, and you know, like I said, people can try to run it sooner, people can try to run it later than that, but that's kind of around where I would try to stick it. If I was out here driving this thing, Luke.
Yeah, which who knows? We might be running a couple ourselves here throughout the season. I don't know. We briefly pondered the idea.
Yeah, you know, the co-owners over there at Loveridge Motorsports, their owner Noah got his computer back, so maybe we should teach him the tricks of the trade.
Yeah, speaking of which, he didn't manage to get into this one, unfortunately.
He's spotting right now.
Yeah, I wasn't going to bring him in or anything. I was just
okay.
mentioning that his computer is nice enough, but it still sucks enough that he couldn't get in time.
Oh, and we got a spinner. Kind of saved, a very good save there for Cameron Craighead for P2, and that's going to hand it to Ty Mosley.
We see your leader, Michael Carroll, after his first lap car out here for the evening, Kevin. It's going to be Cameron Stroop, who's now going to go down a 3rd lap.
Yeah, it's starting early out here.
Ooh! And speaking of which, he's spinning loose and hits hard into the front wall, and he's spinning out hard. His whole front bumper's loose. Everyone's trying to get around him safely. So far, everyone's looking clean, and he's going to take the tow. Once again,
I want to get it off the track.
A very scary situation there for everybody else involved. Holy.
Yeah, good on everybody there. I know I kind of had to lock in, make sure nobody else was avoided or involved there, but good on everybody to get around. Good on Stroop to hold his brakes there. And another one-car incident keeping us green here.
Now just 5 laps away. That tire swap mark we've been talking about. I believe that might be a little bit of what we saw back there. And tires getting a little bit loose coming out of turn 4, and it could just really cause you to wipe out there. You know, that turn 4 is really important on there.
Absolutely. Well, while all this is happening, Luke, we're seeing a very big lead of about 3.5 seconds be opened up by Michael Carroll out here. And I'm sure he's just having the time of his life, hoping this thing stays green.
Oh, yeah.
Ty Mosley moved up to 2nd now. As we saw Craighead have those issues, he made the pass around there about 5-10 laps ago. See if he can, you know, make any sort of push to catch the leader out here. Kind of seems like it's still headed in the wrong direction.
I mean, Charles Robertson is hot on his tail. He's looking like he's even wanting to make a pass here on him. You know, I gotta say, Kevin, what a scheme.
Good looking scheme, Luke.
They're racing pretty close right now, but no real pass attempts really going on right now. But Michael Carroll really opening up this lead up to almost 4.5 seconds now.
Yeah, just looking at Cameron Stroop's car in the pits, trying to make an effort, as you see wiggling his tires a little bit, trying to make an effort here to fix it up, but I don't know how that's going to go. Not a meatball, though, Luke. And that's a good sign.
You know, I think he had one earlier in that first incident he had, and it almost looked like a similar incident. What I got a read on there, it almost looked like he spun out around the front stretch there and turned it back towards the walls, but definitely lucky to not get another meatball there. I imagine he's going to probably try to just touch those repairs up, but unfortunately with that happening now, it's going to move him into the second lap position, or Twiz up in the lucky dog position.
Yeah, and just looking at Michael Carroll's perspective as well, not really much lap traffic anywhere near now that he's, got the 7 car out of the way. The next one would be the 6th. Yeah, he's really in the perfect spot on the track, Luke. Able to save his tires, do whatever he needs to do, keep pace. And I'd imagine he's going to run this one a little bit longer. Just so he can guarantee a good turnaround. Curtis Jennings coming on in. I said 30 to 40. 30 if you don't want to save that extra set. He's going to opt. He liked what he's seen to maybe potentially be a couple more green flag runs, so he's going to come in and he's going to take this first set of tires. And I like that move a lot.
Real question is, who will be the next?
It's going to be Scotty Lanning, as I'm hearing over the radio. Just to be a little spoiler here, but I'm hearing a couple more. As we do see the 28 car of Scotty Lanning coming on down. A good pit for Curtis Jennings, 15.1 in the box. John Darnell coming in now. I'll put on a fresh set. Here comes Michael Carroll up on some traffic now. On the 13 car.
Curtis Jennings. What's going to happen?
Absolutely. And it's going to be interesting because Curtis Jennings now probably will be as fast, if not faster, than Michael Carroll on these fresh tires. So he's probably going to try to run away from him and keep whatever lap that would be.
Yeah, I believe it would just be a single lap down.
A little bit of a battle now going on between Ty Mosley and Charles Robertson.
They've been close to each other the last handful of laps. They look like they've been wanting to make a couple passes on each other here and there. They've really seen it, but here it is.
We're seeing it now, a little bit of a duel going on right before they both are probably thinking about their pits. And Ty Mosley's going to come in here, so his hand is going to be forced. He's going to come into the pits. So far, the best pit stop has been John Darnell by over 2 seconds. I'm talking, pit entrance to pit exit. So, good on him to have a good pit stop out here. Speaking of which, Luke, do you think we're going to see Michael Carroll coming in here soon? Or do you think he's content just out there putting up laps?
I mean, just taking a look at how he's been driving this thing, he seems confident and it seems smooth. I mean, in my opinion, if it seems to be smooth and you're running them clean, there's no reason not to. I mean, the more time you can put up on these guys, the better. But there it is, rubbing up on the wall there through turns 1 and 2. Maybe that might make him a little nervous. Towards pit road entry here now.
Yeah, and how about new fastest lap of the race? It's going to be Curtis Jennings with a 30.89. The track's cooling down, Luke. They get these new tires on. He just put up a 30.7, and these lap times are going to change drastically. I'm just looking here. We're seeing a 98-degree track temp, so it's still just cooling down here at Kansas.
Yeah, no doubt. It's definitely going to change up how these guys run this race. Carroll is up over 6 seconds on Charles Robertson in second place.
How about Craighead and McCaffrey going at it now side by side for that? What would be third position? Or what is third position? What would be fourth position?
we're getting a read that 28 minutes of required repairs. Stroop does not think he's going to be able to get back out on this one.
Unfortunate for him.
Yeah, like he said, he's just glad that no one else hit him there. And definitely good on those other drivers that managed to shuffle around to that exchange.
Yeah, and Cameron Craig seems to have some sort of issue, Luke. I don't know if it's just worn down tires or what. If you take a look at him, he's way off pace, as he's now been passed by McCaffrey as well as lap traffic. Just, I mean, it's not like devastating issues out here, but it doesn't seem like he's on the pace we saw from him earlier this evening.
And, you know, I mean, just to take a guess here, I mean, you saw the giant gap that Michael Carroll got to have there throughout that 5 or 6 lap stint where he was really separated from the rest of the pack. Really got the chance to just really be easy on those tires and take it as easy as he can. Look at some of those drivers behind him that were maybe a little, shuffling around some of the other drivers back there around him. Maybe starting to see a little more tire wear starting to play in out here. The guys that are, hanging out here and trying to stay out longer on this pit cycle.
Yeah, and Luke, I admire the staying out strategy. I do.
Okay.
I think if we do get a late caution, it's going to help. But with the track temperature changing as much as it is, Michael Carroll's taking a big risk here because when he was on his fresh tires, he was barely breaking into 30.9s. Now we're seeing guys putting up 30.6, and I imagine we're going to see some 30.5s. This is a whole different race as it was when this first started, and I'd be a little bit concerned I'm going to even be in first place when I get out of Michael Carroll.
Yeah, we're looking at the last lap times right over there on the left right now. You're seeing Michael Carroll just put up a 31.98. Robertson behind him put up a 31.92.
I think we need to look at someone that's pit like Ty Mosley. He's putting up
30.8.
Yeah. And that's a good, 5-10 laps after he did come into pit.
After those tires start getting a little warm.
We're seeing a couple more takers now. Dominic Bettini's going to come into pit.
Michael Carroll putting up a 32.16. Just the lap time difference there between these two. You see Mosley coming across the line. Let's see what he put up last lap. 31.04, so I mean, still staying fairly consistent with the low 31s. High 30s, but either way, some good laps for those guys out there. Fresh off them tires. I believe we only have 6 that are still out there right now on those old tires. The rest of the guys have already made it in for their pit, taking that fresh set. And Michael Carroll really running it up there to the wall. See, he's just trying to run every last bit of tire he's got out there at this point. Bettini on his way out of the pits right now. Michael Carroll's still going out here. He's not thinking about coming in anytime soon. He's running these lines that he's got.
Craighead now coming into the pits, who we saw kind of, gave his tires a run for their money there early. I think he lost a little bit of pace there, but he's going to come out with a fresh set, and we know he's got a very, very fast car out here tonight. See what he can do.
And right now, Kevin, just getting a read right now. The best lap on the night now is going to be Ty Mosley.
Yeah, 30.62 is what I'm reading, and that's just way different than what we saw at the start of this race. And I mean, just looking at it, we've dropped another 2 degrees since I last talked about it.
Curtis Jennings just put up a 30.73, another good one there.
I honestly believe, Luke, when we see right here Cameron Craighead's leaving the pits, I think once he gets up to speed this next lap, it's going to be the best lap of the race. We know he's got a lot of speed, and I think he's going to, display it here once he shows us these fresh tires.
And his best lap right now is a 31.02, so it's interesting to be interesting to see if these fresh tires are going to do him some good here, maybe give him a better lap time. So we're going to constantly be trying to take a look over there at the track. You see it's still dropping. It's now down to a 96. As this track gets colder, and I believe hopefully the sun goes down, the light fixtures might kick on.
The cars, I mean, we've been talking about the tires, and I mean, it is the tires, but it's also making these cars a lot tighter, which is making these guys a lot more comfortable to make passes out here.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, we haven't really seen it in too much display yet. We aren't seeing too many passes, but we will. We believe we will, as we see Danny Barnes now coming into the pits. And Cameron Craighead puts up a 31-2, so maybe still getting comfortable, or maybe I'm just wrong, because I thought with these fresh tires, it'd be a little bit quicker than that. But like I said, Danny Barnes, hey, that's a good lap, very good lap for Bettini, but we're seeing Danny Barnes into the pits now, and that's going to leave out 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 cars, with Ty Mosley leading the cars that have pit.
I'll be honest, Kevin, just watching here, Michael Carroll just looks comfortable. He really doesn't seem like he's, well, I was going to say too interested in coming into the pits, but here he comes. As soon as I open my mouth about it, he's going to come in on lap 48. I believe we're going to probably see some of the guys come in behind him.
Here they,
Charles Robertson coming in as well.
And Steinbach, here we go. This is going to be the rest of the field, except for Devin McCaffrey.
And now the question is going to be, what kind of speed can Mosley make up in this time right now? He's back about 30 seconds, I want to say, or what was he? About 30 seconds, I want to say.
Yeah, he's going to easily get around him, but the issue is he's on some, not spent tires, but he's already about 7/10 off what he was that fastest lap. Yeah, you see, he flies right around them.
Out there in front of him is going to be Devin McCaffrey. And taking a look at your battle box there, you can see he has not pitted all yet. He's the last one to run it out here as long as possible. I just wonder, I was going to say, I wonder how many more he's going to give it, but it looks like that was it. He's going to come in on lap, ooh. Gave her a little bit of a spin there at the end, but he got her in safely. He's going to come in.
No, he did not. Unfortunately, no? Devin McCaffrey, black flag.
Oh, unfortunate for Devin McCaffrey. A little bit of a hot entrance there to pit road, and yeah, I see that now, giving him the black flag for that. So he's going to have to serve that one out, because he was the last one to come into the pits, so at least he has that advantage on him.
Yeah, and just look at the gap that Ty Mosley's made. Obviously, Carroll, Bettini, Craighead, Robertson, they're all going to be hunting him down, but
just looking down there on your battle box, getting a sense of when all these guys came in there for their pit cycle. It looks like, yeah, the earliest we're seeing is 31, but the latest we're seeing, I believe it says, right there at that pit.
you see Michael Carroll, he's picking up seconds. It's not tenths of seconds, it's seconds on Ty Mosley. So I'd imagine here soon we're going to, and he just put up a 30.58 a couple laps ago, Luke. Fastest lap of the race, easily.
Steinbach just put up a 30.69. A good one there for him. Everyone's finding some better grip out here with this colder track cooling off, as it's now down a little to a 96. Definitely getting better post the start of this thing.
Yeah, and Luke, unfortunately, I don't think the time is changing in the race.
It doesn't appear so, Kevin, but I'll tell you what, we can hop in the cockpit here and be able to get a good sense of the light has changed at all. 3 and 4.
Well, it's just interesting to me that the track is still cooling down if it's not changing in time.
Yeah. Oh, well, looks a little lower to me, the sun might be. Tough to say. Either way, I mean, just absolutely beautiful weather right now. It's a gorgeous day out there right now. race for us to watch, that's for sure.
Yeah, and Michael Carroll has closed about half of that gap that Ty Mosley made up already, so
Gaining
he's
fast.
definitely moving out here, yeah. And honestly, even if we do stay green out here, Michael Carroll's on a two-pit strategy right now. I mean, he can push this thing.
Right.
He can push this thing to about lap 90 and then come in and be good for the rest of the race. So definitely in a good position if you're a Michael Carroll fan.
Pass around the number 6. It's going to be John Darnell. He's a lap down, but currently in the lead of the lap cars. You know, Kevin, I hate to say it this early, knock on wood. I'm very proud of the drivers out here for the longevity of this green flag run out here. I mean, you know, granted we only have a 13-car field to start, but hey, very good longevity. And as soon as I speak, we see somebody get spun.
Oh,
Who the hell is it? Twiz. There it is. Oh man.
gonna be Craighead and Twiz getting into it.
Oh, and I didn't really get the best angle there. Apologies, I could not figure out who in the world it was. But we will be going back and watching that one. As I assume Kevin's going to have to go sort that one out here.
Yep.
But we'll go and watch that one back here from our end and see what we can gather. You know, let's maybe go back and watch the onboard here of Craighead and see if we can gather anything from that one. Tough one to call here.
All right, Luke, I have returned.
All right, Kevin, what's your thought on this one?
I'm calling that one on the 8. I don't think it was crazy either way.
Yeah.
We might have seen the 48 come up a tiny bit, but it really seems like the 8 car of Twiz was kind of holding that second line there until he wasn't.
Kind of comes down a little bit, yeah. I mean, it doesn't look like it was major, but I mean, you can see they both kind of come up. One, Craighead kind of comes up, and like you said, Twiz kind of comes down. But either way, to start that entry into that turn, Craighead definitely had the inside. At least that was the line he was running at the start of the turn entry, and Twiz on that second line, I think I got to agree with that one.
Well, yeah, it's also interesting now, Luke, because we see some pit strategies playing out. Obviously, Michael Carroll here is going to stay out because he just came in about 5 laps ago. No need to pit, but we're going to see guys like, Mosley, Craighead. I think, let me double check, but I'm pretty sure everyone came into the pits except for those first 2 cars of Carroll and Steinbach. Correct me if I'm wrong here. If you could pull up the battle box and see who all came in on 61, or I guess 59 it would be.
You're seeing a good majority there, Kevin. A good majority from what I can see here.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. We saw McCaffrey stay out to try to get that wave round. Unfortunately, not so lucky, just due to him, or due to Carroll staying out. So unfortunate for him, but a lot of pits here, and I love this, Luke. I mean, I don't ask for cautions, but at the same time, the window of opportunity for a million different strategies is now opened up.
And for a lot of drivers who, if that thing did run green all the way through, would have been out of contention entirely for the race. So definitely a breath of fresh air for a lot of the guys running in the back, and definitely got to be exciting for them to have a good shot at getting to get back in this one. We'll see in the round through turns 3 and 4. The race car is going to make its way off as we get ready to go green out here for the second time of the afternoon. The green flag's in the air, and the official's getting ready to wave it. They're going through the restart zone. We can't see them behind the flag. It doesn't matter. It's waving, and we're green. Boogity, boogity, boogity. We're racing again.
Yeah, good launch for that inside line here, as we see Mosley try to follow around Carroll and hang Steinbach, and it's going to work, as here comes Ty Mosley now on fresh tires.
And he's got to be feeling them, getting that extra grip through those turns. Got to be feeling good. Because he's going to look to the inside on Michael Carroll. He's going to have it. So I thought Michael Carroll getting the speed through the exit there.
Yeah, fighting back.
See some of the other guys all trying to get conjoined and figure out their lines out here and figure out what line's the best to run out here.
Yeah, and we continue to see Quentin Steinbach, our points leader right now, kind of fade back through the field, as we knew he was on a little bit older tires, but I think it's more of a track position thing, those older tires plus not being able to get down to that inside. But here we see Ty Mosley going for another move as he goes all the way to the bottom of the track. Damn near touches the grass there, just getting every bit of track as he can. He looks inside and he's going to get the pass clean on Michael Carroll.
We elected to run high that lap through those turns.
Yeah, because look at that exit speed he's going to get. It's going to even them right back out. And we got ourselves a battle.
Mosley's gonna have the pass completed out here. At least out of the exit, but you see it
Carroll's looking back.
Back to the inside. He's gonna go try the outside, but doesn't seem to have the speed through those turns. He's got to have less traction out there than Mosley does at the current moment.
Yeah, and all that's going on here has to.
And we see Danny Barnes, I believe, getting loose there. Was that Danny Barnes? Yeah, that was Danny Barnes. Getting a little loose there through the race, but he holds it together.
Not Danny Barnes.
Danny Barnes.
Was it?
Yeah, I saw him get a little sideways there.
Oh.
But he held it. And we're still green out here. We're seeing some transfers being made around him due to him being off speed just a tad bit. But up there in the front, Ty Mosley has made the pass, and now Dominic Bettini has made the pass on Michael Carroll. He's currently riding in 3rd place. Carroll opted to run the highlights out here, saving a little bit of tires. So everyone else around him is eager to get past him. Kevin, on a fresh set of tires like this, are you going out there and burning them pretty good for the first handful of laps to try to dig up a couple spots if you're further back, or are you still trying to run that whole save it mentality until you get a little further into the tire wear?
I mean, yeah, we just saw a 60-lap green flag run, so I'd say probably try to save it a little bit. If you can. If you're me, probably just go out there and burn them, because even if you try to save them, you're going to burn them, so might as well go and get the fastest lap you can. But if you're a smart driver, I'd say, yeah, probably save them.
Fair enough. You see a couple guys running the line a little higher up here than some of your front guys. In between those turns. See a little bit of brief blinking going on there, I believe, by
Michael Carroll now has fallen back to 4th and, losing a decent bit of speed, but he's also got an extra tire set compared to everybody else, which I'm sure he's happy to have, but if we don't get another caution, I don't know how much that's going to help him. Cameron Craighead now making the pass on Curtis Jennings. He's trying to carve his way back through the field after the last incident. Oh, very tight move. You could watch Curtis Jennings try to avoid the back bumper of Cameron Craighead.
Okay, we're officially over the halfway point in this race. And, like we were talking about earlier, some of the guys like Michael Carroll out here are in a position to only take one more pit stop. But, he elected to stay out back there while the rest of the guys were coming in here for the pit. So, he's sitting there riding in P4, but what does that mean for him, He didn't elect to come in back there when everyone else came through on the main pit cycle on the yellow flag.
Yeah, I think he's kind of expecting more cautions in this than there has been this evening. Obviously, if you're the leader, you kind of have to use that strategy of staying out late, playing it a little bit more conservatively, because you can afford to, but so far, it's not really gone in his favor entirely. I will say he's still in a very good spot in this race, still sitting in 4th place with an extra tire set, but I think it's all just going to be a matter of if he finds that ability to use it.
And I guess we'll have to see. As of right now, he's slowly eating up on some time on Platini, or on Robertson.
Robertson.
Looks like now he's fading off a little bit now.
Robertson just he's side by side, working on each other. You see that they're good battle here for 2nd place this time. Robertson's going to wrap that outside, though, and he finds so much speed up there. So nicely done as he's going to get the pass.
And we see the track temperature now down to a 94. It's still cooling off, Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, if we see a new set of tires, we could see another fastest lap of the race. But it's going to be hard to beat Michael Carroll's 50 or 0.58 out here. How about Ty Mosley? Really taking this strategy and made the best out of it as he's now out in the lead by about 1.5 seconds on Charles Robertson. I'd also like to point out that window has opened up now that if somebody wants to come into pit, they can make it to the end of this race pretty confidently on tires and fuel. So we might see some super alternative strategies out here where somebody comes in now and just tries to run a very long stint to get to the end.
Taking a look through the field here. Still see everyone in that single file formation right now. Everyone just trying to get their positions locked in here for the final stint here of this race. So we just got 40 short laps left in this thing left to go. And here it is, Kevin. We see the pit in for Michael Carroll and Devin McCaffrey.
Like I was just saying a second ago, you know, you can make it to the end now, so might as well give it a try if you're, you know, kind of wanting to make up some positions here. We saw the time that Ty Moser was able to create by pitting early last time, so maybe these two hoping that the same thing happens here for them.
And they're going to be giving it a run for their money. They were sitting about, I believe, what, 5th place, and I want to say, like, 8th, 9th. So definitely eager to make up some positions out here, and they're going to try to come in early. You got to wonder what that's going to make some of the other drivers here think. You know, they see the first couple guys heading in. Maybe that might get them a little more eager to come on into pit road early.
Yeah, definitely possible, but Ty Mosley's still looking out his back door, and it's Charles Robertson who he's gaining time on, up to about 1.7 seconds, I'm reading, but definitely back and forth between the two of those. And then how about Dominic Bettini having a great showing here tonight?
Yeah, he's running comfortably in a podium spot right now. Probably just looking to hold on to this thing.
Another question is, will Michael Carroll advance his fastest lap of the race now that he's on fresh tires with the coolest the track's ever going to be here tonight?
93 degrees as it stands right now. You know, Kevin, I gotta say, I wish the light fixtures were working and it was nighttime, but at the same time, that sunset is beautiful at this time.
He's put up a 30.67, not going to beat his time quite yet.
He's flying.
30.588 right there with his best time. But how about Devin McCaffrey as well, putting up a 30.63, going to be his best lap time of the race. And this is a man on a mission, Luke. Not only, you know, to try to get back out there towards the lead, but try to get back on the lead lap right now, so he worry a little bit less. As we see Cameron Craighead trying something a little bit similar. He's coming in to put on a set of tires, probably his last. John Darnell out of car now. He's called it for the evening.
Cameron Craighead now coming into pit.
Said that about 20 seconds ago.
I'm reading the hour right now. Some of this traffic right now.
Absolutely. Still putting up 30.8s, whereas the leader's putting up 31.7s. Cameron Craighead now out of the pits, but kind of a long pit for him. About 40 seconds longer than it needed to be to clear up some damage.
You know, as I always say, Kevin, it's better to touch it up early than touch it up late. I mean, the more touched up he gets that, the faster his straightaway speed's going to be. And at the end of a race and stuff, that can cost you a couple of positions.
Maybe also trying to come out here and put down the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, you never know. You know, Charles Robertson staying right at that about 1.7, 1.8 back on Mosley. He seems to be staying around there before they even went into the pit cycle. So You gotta wonder if he's kind of sitting there by design, or if it's more of a just can't find the room kind of thing. Since he's losing a little bit of speed now. How about it? Carroll making up plenty of time. He made it around that whole field back there of the vehicles around him, but he's still got some distance to cover if he wants to pass the leader, who's coming out of turn 2 now. As Michael Carroll is going through turns 1 and 2.
Cameron Craighead just put up a 30.61. It's going to be his best of the race and the second best total. Here comes Dominic Bettini in for his last pit stop. As does Danny Barnes. Oh, black flag for Danny Barnes, unfortunate.
Oh no. At a point like this, Kevin, that is heartbreaking.
30.56 for Cameron Craighead, and that's going to be the fastest of the race now.
Goodness, what a lap for Cameron Craighead. He's putting up a steamer.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of hands out of the windows now. A lot of pits coming in. Scotty Lanning in, Quentin Steinbach in. Your leader of Ty Mosley still staying out, as does Charles Robertson. And in third place now is going to be Curtis Jennings. Michael Carroll now trying to get his lap back desperately, and he is getting closer and closer, Luke. It seems like every lap he picks up about half a second.
Kevin, you know, the only downside to that, yes, he's making up all this time this fast, but by the time he catches him, will he have the tire wear to really, you know, complete that effective pass?
Yeah. But, I think he's gonna really need it, but now we see Curtis Jennings into the pits, and I think gets a little
came in
lucky.
a little hot, but I'm not seeing a flag.
I'm not seeing a black flag either. So
good on him for keeping that one safe coming through. As we now see Charles
absolutely.
Robertson and Curtis Jennings. Well, Curtis Jennings already made his way in. Sorry, Charles Robertson making his way in. I got a little confused there. Saw the name under. Thought he coming in first.
It's going to leave just Ty Mosley out. The question is, and I don't really know the answer, how much time is he going to have to make up when he comes out of the pits as Ty Mosley? Because I don't think... Oh, Dominic Bettini with a 30.505 fastest lap there. Anyways, I don't think there's a chance Ty Mosley comes out of the pits and is in the lead. I think it's 100% Michael Carroll. But the question for me is, you know, we saw a 10-second difference between the two of them last time we saw this happen. So how much time is Ty Mosley going to have to pick up on Michael Carroll in this last 23 laps?
That's the question. We see Twiggs riding the wall up there a little bit through turns 1 and 2, getting his Kansas stripe. Now look over there on the right side of the screen, Kevin. We see the track temperature now down to a 92. Now a new low track temperature there. And Quentin Steinbach putting up the best lap time, a 30.495.
Oh, yeah, yours is rounded up. He got into a 4.95.
Wow,
so
did he really?
Great lap for Steinbach out here. As we still see Ty Mosley out. And he's got to give himself some time to catch Michael Carroll. With just 22 laps to go here, you got to imagine he's going to be coming in within the next lap or two. And here he comes, right when I say that.
Yep.
Ty Mosley, your leader, now coming in the pit.
Carroll making his way around him now, as he is going to be the race leader. If he
Well,
can
that's him
catch him.
picking up his lap.
Oh yeah, if he can catch him. You see him trying to make it through. Mosley making his way through pit road. He is just now hitting his stall as Michael Carroll is making his way into 3 and 4. Mosley getting that left side on, with Michael Carroll making his way down the front stretch, and he's going to no doubt be in front of this one. Now Ty Mosley on his way out. He sees the man he's got to catch. He's going to pass him right on the exit of pit road.
Yeah, and I'd like to point out Charles Robertson got a black flag on his pit as well, so he's no longer a huge factor in this one. A crucial mistake at a crucial time here in this race.
And yeah, he had himself set up for a great spot there after winning last race as well to follow it up. But goes to show you, Kevin, just one simple mistake can really cost you quite a bit out here in this thing.
Yeah, and it's looking like for Ty Mosley, it's going to need to be about 6.5 seconds made up in about 20 laps.
Boy. Well, you see Bettini, though, making up some time now as well. He's trying to close it under a 6-second gap.
Yeah, Bettini came into pit. Let me look here on...
He came in on 92.
92. So, it's going to be interesting. He's not on the freshest tires, but...
Neither is Carroll, but Mosley is definitely on the freshest, so...
Carroll came in about 80, Bettini came in about 92, and then we just now on 101, or 100, 99, 100 area saw Mosley come in. So Mosley's got the best tires here, as he's going to really be trying to get around us. He just flew by Bettini here, Luke. Ty Mosley's going for that race win.
He's going to be trying to hunt down Michael Carroll. He's got it down below 5 seconds.
Oh! What I'm seeing smoke from it. Quite a bit of smoke.
Yeah, we just saw that smoke we went into. Not too sure what that was from. Not getting a read of anybody off the track or anything.
I think it might have been yeah, it was Cameron Craighead got loose and was completely sideways.
Really?
I mean, 100. I mean, yeah, just completely sideways. Saved it somehow. He keeps on chugging along.
Speaking of chugging along, Ty Mosley now only 2.5 seconds back and closing on Michael Carroll. He's coming up fast, Kevin.
Yeah, and if that caution flew, if Craighead wasn't able to save that, that guarantees the win to Michael Carroll in my eyes, because he still has that extra tire set.
And he's got to be crossing his everything, hoping he can get something. And oh, hard up into the walls, the 77. Devin McCaffrey, as the leader makes his pass around him, or as the soon-to-be, should I say, as he is now closing it down to almost just a second. Ty Mosley making up speed fast.
Yeah, Luke, that gap has 100% dissolved now here, as you see Ty Mosley on the heels of Michael Carroll with 14 to go.
And he is here, and he is looking for his move on the inside, and pass has been made. Lead now goes to Ty Mosley, as it's going to be 13 to go when they cross the line. Carroll doing his best to hang on here. I mean, if this thing plays out how it is, Kevin, and it stays green, I think Ty Mosley can just about write this one off the book, as he's clearly got the better tire wear here.
There's some issues here for Cameron Craig as he goes up hard into the wall. He is well off pace now.
Oh, bumping the wall again.
He's going to hold it on the wall there. Good on him. Not where he wants to be right now. He's losing positions quick.
Oh man, and that wall, it's like a magnet once those tires get loose, Kevin, and trying to regain it, but
it's a smart move because the last thing he wants to do right now is overcorrect and get down into one of those cars making the pass on him. So he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. It's just
dangerous
terrible
time to be
feeling.
running that high line, that's for sure. Yeah. Unfortunate for him is he sees the leader now coming up on him, and he's going to still stay high for him. Good move on him.
Oh. I'd say at this point it's nothing but wheel damage holding him down now.
Oh yeah. He's just holding down the gas and trying to finish the race.
Absolutely.
Across the line here, it's going to be 9 short laps to go, down into the single digits. I think anybody else behind him is about crossing their everything. Something happens out here to get another caution out here to bring them all back together, but I just don't know if it's going to happen, Kevin. I don't know if there's enough grouped up for something to happen.
Yeah, and you see Ty Mosley's coming up on some lap traffic here, but I don't think it's going to matter.
No, and I mean, that group he's approaching right now is undoubtedly the biggest field right now on the track, so I mean, if any group would have a possibility of getting an incident, it would likely be that group. But with just 8 laps to go, if you're Ty Mosley, you got the distance on the guys behind you and stuff. I think you're just looking to stay behind them and let this thing play out. Oh, a little bit of wall rubbing up there. See everyone up there in front of him.
Gotta be a terrifying sight for Ty Mosley just trying to get to the finish line here. Nobody wants him to.
No, everyone's wanting the field to re-rack, so they got their chance, but Ty Mosley's taking no prisoner here. He's just trying to close this one out. Bit of a wall tap there by Ty Mosley going into 3, but doesn't give him off speed or off center at all whatsoever.
Yeah, and Michael Carroll's still hanging on to second place here as Dominic Bettini has also really fell off what pace he was holding on to. So it could be a second place day for Michael Carroll.
There's a car in between them. It's going to be Devin McCaffrey, I believe. Ty Mosley going to look to the inside on some of this lap traffic.
Danny Barnes just going to go ahead and give it to him.
Two to go, Kevin. I mean, it would really have to be a catastrophic mistake out here for Ty Mosley not to win this thing. He is in a very comfortable spot right now.
Either catastrophic mistake or a caution. One of those two, I think, would really change this thing out here.
But as it stands and the way this race has been ran throughout the duration of the evening, I don't see it happening, Kevin. I really don't. Especially as he's going to cross the finish line and start the white flag lap. He's got to make it around one more time.
Ty Mosley, now that's got to be the biggest sigh of relief possible for him. It's all up to him now. You know, one lap ago, anything could have happened to anybody in the field. But at this point, he just has to get it to the end here. 7 seconds ahead of Michael Carroll. What can he do out here to finish this thing off?
Absolutely nothing, Kevin. Just a couple more turns. He's done it.
Ty Mosley winning it here at Kansas. What a race, Lucas. I'm going to go and close things out on the RC side.
Yeah, we'll see you back here.
We get our broadcast guys rolling in.
Yeah, we'll see you back when you get ready for the interviews. As stated back there, a great race out there for Ty Mosley. He got the separation out there. His pit strategy worked out effectively for him. He was able to bring this one home out here. It's going to be nice to get a good interview for him and get a good talk with him and see how that strategy worked for him as he's going to make his way up here towards the checkered flag and no doubt get us a nice little burnout going. Going right to the dirt. As you see down there, he's hunting for that win. And he got it tonight out here in Kansas. Getting after it out there in the dirt.
Man, doing a great burnout here, Luke. I love it when the guys burn it down in the grass.
Oh, yeah, me too, Kevin.
You know, that's my go-to, because, you know, it really kind of covers up, if it is a bad burnout, it kind of covers it up, you know? You're just
all the
digging
dirt
up dirt.
Around. Yeah, it's kind of hard to mess up, you know?
Exactly.
You just hit the gas and turn the wheel. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, first interview I want to get in here is going to be Dominic Bettini. A great race for him. A very, I don't want to say conservative strategy, but kind of seemed like he cut it down the line of the two strategies both times. And whatever it was, it seemed to work out. He had a fast car today, and I want to see what he has to say about it. Hey, Dominic, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. You got a copy on me?
Absolutely. Hey, man, what a race out there. You know, it was kind of two separate races. We saw right when this thing got started, the track was a lot hotter. It was kind of, you know, a mess. Everyone was trying to get their bearings, but then as it settled in, the track got cooler. We saw lap times change drastically. You were able to find your way towards the front and get a podium finish. You want to talk us through how the car changed throughout the race?
Yeah, it honestly felt like there was quite a bit more grip there at the end. Right at the beginning, like you said, it was really just like it was really just chaos. And it was chaos for me. There were a couple times where I was just trying to keep it underneath me, but I knew I was going to be good here in the long run. And that paid off at the end. I feel like the top three kind of broke away a little bit. And then, you know, first place, he was in a league of his own.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to ask, you know, we kind of saw a few different strategies play out there on that last pit cycle. We saw him run it all the way to the end of what his tires would probably allow him. We saw Michael Carroll go very early, and we kind of saw you there in the middle. You think you still feel that was kind of, you know, the right strategy to give you the best finish?
Yeah, I felt like I really didn't have much for the top two. I was trying to give myself a chance there and try to get, you know, split the distance there and try to maybe be best on tire delta, and I ended up getting, you know, in almost first at one point, but the leader he was faster than me. He was 10 lap fresher tires by the time he got me, so I didn't have anything for him, but I had to try something.
Absolutely. A great race for you, Dominic. We appreciate you coming by and getting on the podium here in the third race of the season. Looking forward, we got Indy. How do you feel about Indy?
Oh, that's not one of my go-to tracks necessarily. I actually don't have a whole lot of experience in Indianapolis, but I've heard that it's very, very racy with these cars, so I'm excited. I love racing these Gen 4s, and I'm glad that this league exists and I get to come out here and run Friday nights.
Absolutely. We appreciate it. Anybody else you'd like to shout out before we get you out of here?
Man, I don't think any of them are watching right now, but I'm gonna shout out like they are anyway. I like to thank my buddies, Keenan, Derek, Rodney, Peyton, Aaron, Jason, special girl Kenzie, and yeah, it's just been a great night. And I just ran 3 races back to back to back, and what a way to finish it off.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate it. And once again, congratulations on a third place finish out here.
All right, thank you. Y'all take care.
Take care. That was Dominic Bettini out here getting it done in third place with a very fast car. Next up, I want to talk to Michael, and I know he's not going to be as happy as he might be if he got the win, because he was the fastest car at the beginning of this race, Luke, and he did have the strategy to win this thing if that caution didn't fly. And I'm sure he's going to tell us the same thing, that his race kind of got flipped on its head there when that caution at about lap 60 flew. But I want to hear him say it, so I'm going to go ahead and drag Michael Carroll over here. Hey, Michael, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, man, what a race out there. It was a lot of different strategies playing out. Obviously, we saw the track temperature change drastically throughout the race, and it kind of changed how the cars drove, kind of changed how everyone's laps were. I want to talk you first through that first strategy. Obviously, it didn't go in your favor. You had that extra tire set saved still, I do believe. You want to talk us
Yeah.
through, what the game plan was going into the 120 laps out here?
I was just gonna see how it, panned out and seeing what the cautions were like. We only had the one. So I was just gonna push my tires till I guess my gas tank was empty. So I felt pretty good that first stint. And then I think maybe 5, 10 laps after I had pitted, we had the caution. So I was just like, why waste another set with just 10 laps on these? So I just pushed it till I knew I could make it to the end and change the set. And then maybe a caution comes out. Everybody uses probably their last set, and I can just fly by them with news.
Yeah, absolutely. And it really seemed like a caution was kind of looming there at the end. We saw a lot of wall action, but unfortunately wasn't able to come. I want to ask, do you think you still had the card to beat Ty Mosley if you were on the same strategy there? I know we saw the card change drastically throughout the night.
I feel like it. I mean, we'll gripe a little here, but there's 2 lap cars that ended up passing me. One of them just gave me a little bit too much dirty air there for a little bit and just kept getting me tight on exit. So I was rubbing that right front a little bit more than I wanted to. And then I got arrow pushed into turn 1 and smacked the wall. So that kind of screwed it up. I mean, if those 2 things didn't happen, I'm probably side by side racing with Ty there. Obviously, he has the better tires, but I feel like I could at least hung on a little bit and maybe made him wear his stuff out a little bit more. But if we're on the same strategy, I feel like maybe I could pull that one out. But I felt pretty good with what I had up until the 2 instances I was talking about there.
Yeah, absolutely. A great point stay nonetheless. Able to get it done in second place on the podium here. I want to ask before we get you out of here, we're going to Indy now instead of Concord for next week's race. A, will you be able to make it? B, how do you feel about Indy?
I should be able to make it. And Indy, I've always loved Indy. I just don't race it that I don't see a lot of cars go there, especially in like league races I've been in. I only think I've ran it twice in the oval instead of like the road course version. But yeah, I've only ran it twice in terms of like league races, and I did really well in both of those. So I love the track, and I'm hoping for another good day there.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you coming by, not only giving us a show here tonight, but giving us an interview. Anyone like to shout out before we get you out of here?
Leverage guys, you guys for doing the broadcast and hosting the races here, and then good race by Ty there. Wish I would have been able to race them side by side, but maybe next week. And that's all.
Absolutely, we appreciate it, and congratulations, Michael.
Thank you.
That was Michael Carroll getting it done in second place out here. Thought he had a little bit more in him, but obviously he didn't have the tires that Ty had. But let's see what Ty has to say about it. Your race winner and my personally favorite interview. Hey, Ty, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Hell yeah, I do.
Hey, man, what a race that was up there. Just second half of that race, it seemed like pure domination from you and the two car there. You know, talk us through, kind of your idea of not wanting to save a tire set there and kind of hope things did stay green.
Oh well, actually on that last stint, I did have one tire set sitting in the pits.
Oh, okay. So I was mistaken. I thought you took a set at 30, took a set at 60 when the caution flew, and then you didn't take one with the caution?
Honestly, man, I got so swept up in that race, I couldn't tell you. Maybe I
Okay.
did, maybe I didn't.
All right, fair enough. But just tell me how, this race felt and how that caution there on lap 60 kind of flipped it on its head there. Michael Carroll
Yeah.
kind of led the first handful of those laps, but then it kind of seemed to be the Ty Mosley show from there.
I was gonna say, I mean, obviously, like I said last week, this race is gonna be a big tire wear race, and I was thinking, I think I hit the strategy pretty good on short pitting on that first stop, which got me the lead, and then I got a little nervous when the caution came out. Came down, I'm pretty sure. I think we all got fresh tires there, and then we came back out, and I just decided the best way to try to beat Michael was to be ahead of him at the start of the run instead of being behind him and trying to play catch up. So I gave it everything I got at the start of that run to get around him, and then just kind of tried to drive away on that.
Yeah, absolutely. And he stayed out there in that lap 60, didn't take a fresh set, which in hindsight obviously put him back. So able to drive away from him, also able to drive away from Dominic Bettini and Quentin Steinbach, who were also on the same strategy as you. Just kind of seemed like a dominating race out there. You want to tell us how those kind of tires changed as the night went on? We know it got a lot colder and the grip probably got a lot better.
Well, yeah, that's one of the things is that when I was doing Kansas, when I did Kansas, I did it for the Gen 4 officials, and it was at night. Still a hotter track, but obviously cooler track temp. So as the track started to cool down, I got more and more comfortable as the track condition kind of changed more and more towards that was about saving tires, just wrapping that bottom and seeing what I could do from there.
Yeah, absolutely. But like I said, just a dominating performance. We said your name a lot tonight, and a great points day for you, as I'd imagine you're going to be pretty far up there on the points once they go through. But looking forward, we're going to Indy now. I think you were one of the guys that was pro Indy when it came to the voting. You want to tell me how you feel about Indy?
I feel great about Indy, man. I mean, I'd say it's one of my best tracks in the Gen 4s because the Pocono Merchant right here, tunnel turn, Indy's just that 4 times. I mean, it's a blast of a track, and I think you guys are going to have a good show there. It's hard to pass, so qualifying is going to be a big factor there, but also managing your tires, same thing as Kansas, is going to be a big thing there as well. It'll be a fun race, and I think I got a shot at least a top 5 there.
Absolutely. Well, it was great having you. Great watching the show tonight. We appreciate you coming by and giving us an interview. Anyone like to shout out before we get you out of here?
First of all, I'd like to shout out you guys in the booth and Devin for giving me motivation for this race. Devin had mentioned me wrecking people, and I did not appreciate that, so I wanted to come out and prove a little bit of a point, but I'd also like to dedicate this win to David De Silva's dog, Buddy, who is in some health struggles right now and doesn't have much time left.
Oh, unfortunate to hear David De Silva, a great driver in our series as well as a lot of others.
Yep.
But unfortunate to hear for that. Great you could come out and get it done for his dog, Buddy.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. I'm so happy, dude. This is the first league race I've won.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a blast to watch, and first league race is broadcasted, so that's always a plus.
Yeah. I thought I had a couple shots in BRA, but those ones I always squandered. I'm just happy finally one went my way.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on it. Getting the checkered flag out here at Kansas. Any closing thoughts about your kind of the future of the season? You got the momentum now.
I mean, it's just kind of like a surreal feeling right now. I think I'm gonna enjoy it. I love these cars. I'm so glad I won a league. I'm so glad my first league race win was in this car because this is one of my favorite cars to drive. And I guess looking forward, it's just staying consistent, staying in that fight for the championship lead, and then being consistent in the playoffs.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations. A great step in that direction here for in only the third race of the season. It was good talking to you, Ty, and I'll catch you later.
You too. See you guys. Have a nice night.
You too, man. That was Ty Mosley getting the win, Luke, and I know your head is just yearning for that pillow, but we have one more interview that I'm getting word wants to come back and say another statement or two is Michael Carroll. So I am a little excited to see what he has to say out here, Luke.
Shit, bring him in. Bring him in.
Hey, Michael, long time no see.
Hello, hello.
How you doing, man? I heard there might be some closing statements you wanted to add.
I will say this, iRacing is throwing out a little favoritism on that one because I'd look back on the replay. Ty Mosley was speeding on that last pit stop, and they didn't throw him a black flag.
Oh boy, the iRacing officials are catching some
strays here at the end of this one.
Yeah, some investigation.
I want
obviously
him investigated. He should not have won the race. I should have won the race.
Obviously, that's out of Ninth Gear Racing Association's jurisdiction, but
and pay grade,
and pay grade. No one's
I'm
saying
coming
that
after him next week. If iRacing don't call it tight, there's gonna be some words.
A lawsuit will be opening by Carroll Associates.
Exactly.
Some next race motivation there. Oh man.
But yeah,
I mean, I did look back at the replay. He fishtailed it on pit road, and I was hoping maybe that would give me enough, but he was about 5 mile an hour over as he crossed the line. But iRacing probably their timestamps or their timelines probably caught him at the 45 when his full car passed. So I mean, we'll see how it next week goes, and if they don't do it again, I mean, I'm at the gripe. That's all I wanted to say. I should have won the race, and I'm upset.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, no better way to get it back than at Indianapolis a week from today. So I'll probably catch up with you before then. Hopefully, somebody still wants to do that race tonight that you might have mentioned. But other than that, I'll catch you later, Michael.
All right, thank you.
That was Michael Carroll pointing out, iRacing is a little inconsistent about some of these rules sometimes, Luke. I haven't gone back and seen it, but I do like to think I've been penalized for things I haven't, and I've also gotten away with things, Luke. Any opinion on that?
Well, without saying too much, we've gotten away with some stuff, and we've definitely been penalized for stuff that I don't know if I agree with on iRacing, but hey, you know what? At the end of the day, we had a good race out here. It was an exciting one to watch, and I think it's going to set us up for a really great race next week in Indianapolis, Kevin. That's one of my favorite tracks, personally. Yeah. It's one of the big centers around racing history. It's easily one of my favorite tracks. Well, what are your thoughts going into the next week?
Well, right before I say that, I am going to point out that the controversy is kind of expanding into spectators. David De Silva, who was watching, said that Ty slowed it down enough that iRacing saw it on average, as they do on pit road speed, so he slowed it down to the point that the average pit road speed made it so that he didn't get the flag. Obviously, I don't know how it works. I don't know the rules. I don't know, how the settings are on that, but it makes sense, and I'm sure somebody knows it more than I do out there. But looking forward, at Indianapolis, I've turned some laps in the Gen 4. I've never done a race, but I've turned some laps. And it's another tire wear track. Shocker, shocker. I don't know if we're going to do it day or night. We'll figure that out soon. But I think it's going to be a very competitive race. And I think there's going to be some guys coming out that we haven't seen, running podiums quite yet that are going to kind of lock in at Indianapolis and try to get themselves a Brickyard win.
Yeah, I got to agree with you, Kevin. I think it's going to be an absolutely exciting one, as always. And I thought this one was great out here, of course, as well. Ty Mosley getting the win out here, but some controversy to follow, so we'll have to see what develops later, of course, with that one. But as it stands, a great win for him, and I got to say, of course, a great race out here for the Ninth Gear Classic. Again, we're doing pretty good out here, if I do say so myself. I mean, of course, we had a good field out here. I believe 13 out here on the night, and of course, if you want to get in on the action out here, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get the league info up here on the screen for you right there. If you want to join the Discord link
also in the chat.
We're going to go and throw the Discord link there in the chat. All info is going to be in the Discord and stuff like that. If you like what you saw and you want to get in on the action yourself, go ahead and hop on in there and navigate on over to the driver info to get a little more info through that one. But as always, it's Luke out here at Ninth Gear Broadcasting, joined alongside by Kevin, and we will see you all in the next one, race fans. Good night, guys.